all I do. No one can quench this love, for I'm the apple of your eye. I will ride for you always until the day that I die. You, you're the lover of my soul. Every good thing in life comes from you. You are a friend like no other. You are my strong tower of refuge and strength. No one can quench this love, for I'm the apple of your eye. I will ride for you always until the day that I
Destiny to mold the galaxies in our hand, but I can push it, stop fight. They're living and unite. No animal kill for sight. It's only we humans one can live destroy lies. Lord, I said that the time has come for us to get on our two knees, lift our head to the trees, to the very sky above you. Let there be happiness in our soul. Let there be love, not hate in our world. Oh, for the day when he come down in all the glory and sin. Let there be peace, all them fighting seas.
Shalom, 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 family. Shabbat shalom. My goodness, it's good to be here with you again, and I'm just praying that we could worship Yahuwah together tonight. If you're joining me, I just want to say a special shout out to my Mishpachah in the States and London, but especially to the Mishpachah right here in the Caribbean, Barbados, Trinidad, Antigua, St. Vincent, Grenada. Shabbat Shalom. I love all of you. I'm praying that we could worship Yahuwah tonight together and study with him, study the word and learn more of him. This is just a wonderful time to be alive, but at the same time, we see the trouble ahead and we have to prepare ourselves for it. And now is the time to lament. Lament. Because a lot of our families are not going to make it. Some of you might not make it. Let me just have real talk tonight. Try my best to encourage people, but the last thing to do is to encourage a man that his house is burning down and everything is gonna be all right. Look, the one thing you have to tell that man if you love him is get out the house. You might have to use some drastic measures, because the man might be in shock and he want to hold on to some belongings. You watch the movies, sometimes you have to thump down the man and knock him out and hold him and drag him out the house to save his life. The Apostle Paul, Shaul, he said, would that I were cursed, that my brethren would be saved. Why must I be blessed with all this mercy and grace? And it's evident that you blind and you're dying and you can't see. Are we our brother's keeper for real? Ah, boy. Let me just change the title here. Are we our brother's keeper for real? We're going to have to lament tonight. We're really going to have to lament tonight. And what better place to start than Lamentations itself? Lamentation. When I look at the book of Lamentations, I get mixed emotions. But the thing that stands out more to me is horror. It's one of the greatest horror stories ever written. That a kingdom, a beloved kingdom, fell away. That Yahuwah, the King of glory, had so much love for kingdom, and it fell away. And the worst part about this lamentation is, oh boy, let me get into it. Let me get into it. Look with me at Lamentations, where we're going to start from chapter 2. We're going to start from chapter 2. Hallelujah. All right. We're going to start here, right here at chapter 2. How had Yahuwah covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger? Oh my goodness. How had Yahuwah covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel. Hold on. And remembered not his footstool in the day of his anger. I read somewhere that the earth is the Lord's, and the earth is like a footstool to him. So are you telling me that he rests the best part of his foot in Zion, and he removed the footstool? Yahuwah had swallowed up all the inhabitations of Jacob, and had not pitied. He had thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Yehuda. Hold on. Is who doing this? Is this our enemies? No, man, this have to be another nation, another heathen nation doing this to us. Am I reading this correctly? Yahuwah had swallowed up all the habitations of Jacob, and had not pitied. He had thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Yehuda. He had brought them down to the ground. He had polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. Ah, boy, let me kill the music. This thing getting serious. He had cut off in his fierce anger all the horn of Israel. He had drawn back his right hand from before the enemy, and he burned against Jacob like a flame in fire, which devoured round about. Something that sound right here, man. No. He had bent his bow like an enemy, Yahuwah. He stood with his right hand as an adversary, Abaya, and slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out his fury like fire. Oh my. Verse 5, look, this story is to get real horrific, you know. Is one thing when your enemy plotting against you and coming against you with all their might. But when the Creator, the one who you say you love, turn against you, it's a horrible thing, you know. And verse 5 should make you tremble. Yahuwah was an enemy. Yahuwah was an enemy. He had swallowed up Yasharal. He had swallowed up all her places. What kind of thing is this? He had destroyed his strongholds and had increased in the daughter of Yehuda mourning and lamentation. No reason to smile. No reason to be happy no more. He had increased in the daughter of Yehuda mourning and lamentations. Oh my goodness. And he had violently, verse 6, taken away his tabernacle. You know, when you're stripping somebody of something, you can just take it. But Yahuwah violently took it away. Like he just snatched somebody's clothes off of them. Till your fingers, I don't know, you reach inside the flesh violently. This is how Yahuwah dealt with Jerusalem. The Yahudim of Jerusalem, his people, his chosen people, his set apart people. Oh, the people that he covenanted with through our father Abraham. Nah. He had violently taken away his tabernacle as if it were of a garden. He had destroyed his places of the assembly. I had a dream some months back. And I think I told you on another live I did. No, actually, this was last year. That Yahuwah was going to destroy the churches. He was going to destroy the churches. And I remember just waking up with a cold sweat. There was a dark entity coming in to the churches. And there was, I saw like 4 or 5 churches, and there were weddings taking place in the churches. It brought me straight back to the scripture in Revelations, which said in that day, people will be eating and drinking and marrying and giving into marriage. Oh my. Yahuwah had caused the solemn feasts and the Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion, and had despised in the indignation of his anger the king and the priests. Yahuwah had cast off his altar. He had abhorred his sanctuary. He had given up into the hand of the enemy the walls of her places. Yahuwah removed the fence, the protection. Oh, is now we have to start to lament. Is now we need to lament. They have made a noise in the house of Yahuwah as in the day of a solemn feast. Yahuwah had purpose to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. He had stretched out a line. He had not withdrawn his hand from destroying. Therefore, he had made the rampart and the wall to lament. They languish together. Her gates are sunk into the ground. He had destroyed and broken her bars. What kind of thing is this? What could Israel have done for Yahuwah to be an enemy to her? Her king and her princes are are among the Gentiles. The law, the Torah, is no more. Her prophets also find no vision from Yahuwah. Yahuwah refused to come to them. The elders of the daughters of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silence. They have cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. I wonder if we can do that today. I wonder if anybody is bold enough to come out their house now in a sackcloth, a crocus bag, burn some wood and ashes and put over your face, and go outside in the road and weep and wail like a madwoman or a madman. I wonder if anybody can do that now. Food for thought. But these were all the daughters of Zion. That's what they did. Oh my. Mine eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city. They say to their mothers, "Where is corn and wine?" Many of you are going to go to the supermarket shortly and say, "Where is the bread and wine? Where's the eggs? Where's the butter? Where's the cheese?" You don't believe that a famine is coming. I know you're saying it, okay, it sounds good coming from the Murray, huh? Did you start to prepare? And if you can't afford to prepare, are you in the streets lamenting? This is why many of you are not going to make it. You don't discern the time. You don't realize the only how Yahweh is going to change your situation is if you start to cry out and lament. Oh, my. They said to their mothers, "Where is the corn and the wine?" When they swooned as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul was poured out into their mother's bosom. Huh? You ever hear somebody crying out and bawling? You don't know what's going on. You just come. You just showed up on the scene. And you hear somebody crying, especially a mother's cry. Let's suppose her child is fallen or got locked up. You just hear her crying, you start crying yourself. It's as if her pain transferred to you. Well, let me tell you something now. You better start transferring that lamentation pain as a family together to Abaya. I read somewhere Yahuwah said, well, hold on, wait. You better send for the weeping women, you know. And the women that know how to wail, send for them now. Because my wrath is kindled against you. I'm going to destroy you. Oh, my. When they swooned as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul was poured out into their mother's bosom, what thing shall I take to witness for thee? What thing shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? Nobody gonna believe this. Nobody gonna believe this fall from grace. They didn't have no phones back then. There were no TV cameras. Nobody had a time even to draw. I'm sure they probably drew it and it's somewhere hidden in the Vatican, but that's another story. But the writer could not even explain what he was seeing. The agony, the pain, the horror. What thing shall I take to witness for thee? What thing shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee? O virgin daughter of Zion, I have to do something. For thy breach is great like the sea. Wait, what these people do? Now their breach is as great like the sea. Who can heal thee? Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. History is repeating itself right now. Every single blessed day, you turn on your radio, you turn on the television. If for those of you who are on social media, there is nothing you can see other than they're talking about this death trap. There is nothing you can see other than they're talking about Maxine. And the people who are pushing it are the people we believe we can trust. They are our leaders, so-called. They are our politicians, so-called. They are our pastors, so-called. They are our teachers, our intellectual scientists, the so-called best of society. They have gained our trust, and now they are ready to cash in on that trust and deceive us. And it's the same thing back then. The prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. You just want to continue your life as normal. So you sell your birthright, you sell your freedom, you sell your soul. For what? A better car? A house? A position? A status in society? It's so amazing how much we sacrifice for people, and people never want to sacrifice anything for us. It's so amazing how much we want to please people that don't give you a second thought. Most of you succumb to peer pressure easily because you don't believe and trust in Abaya. You don't want to stand out. You don't want to be set apart. You want to blend in, cause no, commotion. For one reason and one reason only. You don't want no suffering and you don't want no persecution. So the leaders who tell you everything is gonna be all right, this is not the mark of the beast. You won't become no zombie. You won't lose your mind that you can't repent. Those who speak this way are conspiracy theorists. These powers that be would never, ever come to destroy you like this. No, they can't do that. They would never do that to you. The prophets, oh yeah, help us, have seen vain and foolish things for thee. There's a blind leading the blind. And they have not discovered that iniquity. They're not even, at least let them encourage you to repent, no? No, they're just concerned about your devotions and your tithes to them. We're really in the last days. Look. Oh my, where am I? Where am I? To turn away thy captivity. You see this thing about iniquity? Iniquity is the sin that we love. Iniquity is the sin that we treasure. Oh my. You know that? You know when you have that precious jewel in your house, you find a nice hiding place for it. You buy a chest to box and a chest to chest to draw. You know, you have that painting where you hide and disguise a little trap door behind it. Or maybe you have a little secret compartment in the fireplace where you hide this special box with your special treasure, with its special value. This is iniquity. You might not use it every day. You might not use it every day, but every now and again you know where to find it so you can open it and gaze upon it. Is that thing that every time Yahuwah sees you go into that place to pull out that box, that idol, that thing that you love more than him, he despises you. And your leaders, my goodness, they just scratch the surface of your sin. They never even look at your iniquity. What makes you you? So long as they have your blind devotion, it's fine. You're fine. We'll all get to heaven together. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. A true prophet is like a surgeon. Right? A true prophet is going to prophesy to you the things that other people can't see about you. And they will find the thing that nobody else know but you know, and unearth that iniquity. David thought that nobody know about Bathsheba. When the prophet came, he came like a surgeon. Boy, a skillful one too. Knocked out with kung fu. There is this man that had X amount of lambs, and this man that had 100 foals more than him come take away this one. You know the story. And even in your righteous indignation, you want to crucify other people for their sins. And you have your special drawer with your special alabaster box in your special hiding place with your secret sin that has morphed into iniquity. You see this day of atonement coming up? You better go find all those bodies. I saw bodies like fish. People being washed ashore. And other people trying to come to identify the bodies. It's not a matter of if, but when. The reason why I can't let up off a vaccine is because my people are going to die. My people are going to die. They're already dying right now. You know, they're hiding the truth. 2 children took the dance with Maxine in St. Lucia and died on the spot. Look, these people are so wicked, right? And people are dying. That took a partial date with Maxine. They didn't take the full one. They only went on 1 date. They say unless you go 2 dates, now 3. You haven't really dated Maxine. So people who took just 1 date with Maxine and died, they're treating them like if they never dated him. They never dated her. So So the powers that be are just lying to you, deceiving you all around. And I'm telling you, before December, it's going to be a mass casualty of death in this place. I feel it. I feel it. And across the world, it's going to happen. And why is that? Because nobody lamenting. Nobody crying out for their soul to go back to Yahuwah. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty? The joy of the whole earth. Look how they're mocking us to scorn, you know. Look how they're mocking us to scorn. The same thing will happen again. You see, all you who were warned, and you decide to go against the warning and decide to join with these wicked Babylonians, these wicked people, because you love the world. When you see Yahuwah come for us and deliver us out of this and put us into the kingdom, and you remain behind, everybody gonna know it's you. Everybody gonna know it's you that reject the Father. And they're gonna laugh you to scorn. There'll be no Facebook to go call people stupid and conspiracy theorists. There will be no YouTube to make no video about the deranged. Look, I love when people call me crazy, you know. I'm crazy for Yahuwah. I love when they say I'm a conspiracy theorist, you know. The conspiracy is that you can't see. You're blind to the truth and you don't know. And I'm starting to think it's not man, you know. It's Abaya. You see what Abaya do to Israel? How you know you're not doing it again? Before you waste time to go blame white supremacy or Illuminati or I don't know, whatever. How you not sure it's Abaya? Look how aggressive and how violently Abaya stripped Israel. You think you can't do it again? You better lament. Abaya say it's not no man you're supposed to fear, no. He can only destroy your body. Yahuwah say, fear me, that can destroy both your body and soul in hell. You see, if you fear Yahuwah, you will never go down to multipurpose center. If you fear Yahuwah, you will tell them keep them job and go on you know what. I'm telling you, if you make your devotion to this world and to this government, Yahuwah himself will come to destroy you. And nobody can save you from the wrath of Yah. Oh, so if you thought it, even for a second, start to lament no. Oh, my. And thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. Typical black people. They saw we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for, we have found. We have seen it. Yahuwah had done that which he had devised. Yeah, is you plan this? Oh yeah, is you plan this? You did warn us, you know. But we didn't really think that you would go through with it. After all, aren't we the apple of your eye? Huh? How? You did this, yeah? At least they're smart. They did not accuse him. Oh, boy. Yahuwah had done that which he had devised. He had fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. Right there, Deuteronomy 28, you know, the blessings and the curses. It's right there. He had thrown down and had not pitied. Oh, my. And he had cursed thine enemy. He had caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. Look at them fools lining up to go take my poison. He had set up the horn of thine adversaries. Their heart cried unto Yahuwah, O wall of the daughter of Zion. Let tears run down like a river, day and night. Give thyself what? No rest. Let not the apple of thine eye cease. Yeah, you can't wipe us off the face of the earth. You can't. You can't. Arise. Cry out in the night, in the beginning of the watches. Hold on. Well, it's how we come to that. How did we come to that? You got to go over to chapter 1, the Lamentations. From verse 1. How doth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become a widow? She that was great among the nations and princes among the provinces. How is she become tributary? Since when people now use you when you used to use the other nations. She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she had none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. Judah is gone into captivity. Hear why. Listen carefully. Because of affliction and because of great servitude, she dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. We have a feast coming up. And the idea of coming is you come correct, as you don't come at all. There are feasts that Yahuwah tell you, if you don't prepare properly, he will kill you. He said, this is why many of you sleep and many of you are sick, because you don't come to my feast days the right way. You don't come to my solemn assemblies the right way. So I treat it like you never come at all. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. All her gates are desolate. Her priests sigh, her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Her adversaries are the chief, her enemies prosper, for Yahuwah hath afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Underline, meditate, circle, point at this verse 5. This is why we are in trouble. Her adversaries are the chief. Her enemies prosper. Why? For Yahuwah had afflicted her. Our enemies can never prosper over us unless Abiyah afflict us. Israel is always the default. Yasharal is always the standard. At least we should have been. Because Abiyah made us set apart. The other nations always envied us. But how did they get above us? Yahuwah, they can't bring us down. Yahuwah himself had to do it. He brought us up, so he will bring us down and humble us. And now it's time for Abiyah to bring us back up again. Many of you like it down there. Oh my. You love the pigsty. You love the gutter. You love being beneath. All the devil have to offer you is everything that's below. Yahuwah wants to mount you on wings as eagles. Who are these that fly, coming back home like doves? Everything about Yahuwah is high. Come up. But you want to take the bottom feeders. You eat like bottom feeders. That's why you still love the swine and the shellfish. That's why you still love the lobster and the shrimp and the pork. There's a reason why Yahuwah said to stay away from these bottom feeders. You just love being below, don't you? Can you imagine I come to rescue my child out of the hand of her captors and she loved captivity? Oh, what kind of thing? What kind of... Oh, we are traitors. We are worse than infidels. Her adversaries are the chief, her enemies prosper, for Yahuwah had afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy. And from the daughter of Zion, all her beauty is departed. Her princes are become like harts that find no pasture, and they are gone without strength before the pursuer. Gone without strength before the pursuer. So all these cops and police and these people can tear gas us, shoot us, and we have no strength. We have no might to stop them. A whole community and just 6 white policemen can bang up a whole family in front of a community and nobody do nothing. And they are gone without strength before the pursuer. Why is this significant? Because when you read the Bible of old and you hear of our forefathers, 1 fought 1,000, yea, even 10 fought 10,000. One man will destroy a whole army. And the irony is, a whole army watching 6 people destroy 1 man. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. This is reason to lament. Yeah, what happened? Boy. More reasons. Jerusalem remembered in the days of her affliction and of her miseries all her pleasant things. You remember the mansions you had? Yeah, we weren't swinging from no trees. We ruled the world. We had kingdoms, palaces. We were engineers, lawyers, professors. We were scientists. When the enemy came for us, they did not come for the duncy bat niggers. They came for the best of the best to build their lands. Oh, this wonderful plantations house you see in the Caribbean. Oh, the slaves built that and designed that. Those beautiful structures in America and in Latin America. It is the slaves built that and designed that. Everybody know about our history except us. My Jerusalem remembered in the days of her affliction and of her miseries all her pleasant things that she had in the days of old, when her people fell into the hand of the enemy. And none did help her. The adversaries saw her and did mock at her Sabbaths. Go read the book of Maccabees. When the Grecians, I believe, came after the Jews and them and attacked them on the Sabbath. Had no respect. They mock our Sabbath even today, that they changed the day to Sunday. And even those who are worshiping on Sunday, don't even keep the day holy. We do everything on Sunday that's most pleasurable to us. Watch, especially football, cricket. Some people still work on Sunday. We go to shops. We go. Oh my, it's bad. It's bad. Jerusalem had grievously sinned. Therefore, she is removed. And this is my fear. This is the horror of the things to come. You know why a lot of people are going to die? Yahuwah don't have time for them. They're going to be removed. Why doesn't Yahuwah not have time for them? Because they don't have any time for Yahuwah. You only cry for Yahuwah when you're in trouble. When you're in need, Yahuwah is your personal Santa Claus. I just want to talk plain this little lesson tonight. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I'm just going to take my time and let the Ruach just lead me where it leads me. Let me talk straight now. Yahuwah is your sugar daddy. A lot of you pimp out Yahuwah like he's your personal pleasure thing. When you want a high, you cry out for Yahuwah. When you're in trouble and you need a bailout, you cry out for Yahuwah. You don't do things because you love him. You do it because you're afraid. But you keep forgetting that fear is only the beginning of wisdom. So what's all of wisdom? To love Yah and keep his commandments. All right. If your child only obeys you because he fears you, you have a problem. But as your child starts to grow up and get more mature, he starts to realize, you know what? My mother's made so much sacrifice for me, and all these things that she's telling me to do, is love. She loved me, and I love her so. So, you know what? I'm going to make her life a little bit easier. She's not going to have to tell me to do my chores anymore. I will become the chore. This is what, if you don't understand what the law is, this should give you a perfect example of what Yahusha came to do. You see, now Abba Yaakov make that ultimate sacrifice by giving us his only begotten son. Nobody has to tell you what to do. You just go follow Yahusha because you love him. Just like that mature child. I tried to see my mother suffer. So I know all she told me to do was to clean the stove and wash the dishes. When my mother come home, the whole house clean. I clean the bathroom. I clean the yard. So now the mother realized, I don't have to tell you to keep the law. I don't have to tell my daughter to keep the law. Because I used to write down these things on the fridge for her to do. Now she's mature and she sees my love. My love is the fulfillment of that law. So now she functions by faith and not by sight. She don't have to look at no paper no more to do this and to do that because she loves me. She seeks after me. So she going above and beyond just cleaning the fridge and the stove. She cooking food. She cleaning the curtains. She ironing my clothes. So when I come home from work now, oh my daughter, she get it? Now you tell me, what wouldn't that mother give if she owned the world? Now the law not done away with. I don't raise, the mother would say, I didn't raise a lazy child, so I don't expect to come home and see her on Facebook and the place in a mess. But she's gotten more mature now. I don't have to tell a child, don't take a knife and plug it into, put it in the socket into a wall. You watch children do that. But unfortunately, majority of us have not matured. And so we're still under the law. We're still in grade 1. We are still in grade 1. So every time you make that mistake, it's like a piercing, grievous wound to the Most High. So now when you read verse 8, now you can understand. Jerusalem had grievously sinned. Therefore, she is removed. Get rid of them. I'm finished with them. I'm done. Over and over again, the same thing. You have not matured. You're still under the law. You have no faith. You have no faith in the King, my son. Up to the time I send my son, you still behaving so? Up to the time I paid, it's like a mother, her son always in jail. And this last time now, she sell a house, she sell everything to get you out, and you still, I done with you. I done. Finished. We send you rehab after rehab after rehab. Now this time, we want to kill us? You don't mean to change? Okay. All right. Jerusalem had grievously sinned, therefore she is removed. All that honored her despise her. because they have seen her nakedness. Oh, you can't do no better, man. No. That's you? That's really you? Man, no, man, you joke you making, man. Not you with all the pump and the... That's you? For real? Pray Yahweh don't expose all of us, eh? Talking to myself first. You think you know shame, you know? You know no shame like when Yahweh strip you naked. And strip you naked violently. Oh, my. Yea, she sigheth and turneth backward. Her filthiness is in her skirts. Ooh. The description is a graphic one of a woman who didn't get to buy a pad in time. You can fill in the blanks. Her filthiness is in her skirts. She remembered not her last end. Huh? Your sin caught you unawares? When you're in the sin and you're delighting that you didn't count the cost? Now it's come back to bite and come back to haunt you. You're sorry now? You don't remember up to the last time? So the last time you mess up yourself, you didn't do nothing all this time to prepare. You don't remember what it cost you? Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, Yahweh be. Therefore, she came down wonderfully. This whole verse is talking about a woman's spirit, you know. A woman's cycle, you know. Comparing that to how Israel had sinned. Her filthiness is in her skirt. She remembered not her last end. Therefore, she came down wonderfully. She had no comforter. Oh, Yahuwah, behold my affliction. This is like when a woman is probably in class and a period came and she didn't have no protection. And everybody had to see her in her filthy state. As a child, I remember some of the young boys, you know, they ate something funny and they're afraid to ask to go to the bathroom and they mess up themselves. You have to sit there in your shame and everybody smell you and remember you and they mock you for weeks and months. Praise Yah. That children, a story is only 9 days old, but you know what? As big as I am, I still remember the individuals who were in my primary school that mess up themselves. To this day, I remember that. I don't hold it against them, but I remember. This is the sort of infamous shame Yahuwah will bring on those who are wicked to his grace and to his mercy. Have mercy upon me, Yahuwah. Have mercy upon me, Yahuwah. Aye. She had no comforter. Oh, Yahuwah, behold my affliction, for the enemy had magnified himself. Just look how you big up your chest on me, you know. Got swollen on me. Ah, boy. The adversary had spread out his hand upon her pleasant things, for she had seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. All her people sigh, they seek bread. They have given their pleasant things for meat to relieve their soul. Is the same thing going to happen now? Revelation don't tell you. A whole month's wages for a piece of bread. It's coming. When that dollar crash, when the US dollar crash, the EC dollar is pegged right to it. So that EC dollar could crash too. And a piece of bread might cost $300. Yeah, oh my. You see, we can't think like that, you know. Right now, bread costs what, $5? $5 EC, which is around $2 US. Sometimes people working for like, what, $300 a week? Very shortly, a week's wages will be the price of a bread. I guarantee you the Venezuelans did not see that coming. One of the most wealthiest oil-rich nations in the world. I swear to you, they did not see it coming. Same thing with Afghanistan. That you have people jumping on a plane to exit on the outside. They didn't see it coming. Oh, boy. All the people sigh, they seek bread. They have given their pleasant things for meat to relieve their souls. See, O Yahuwah, and consider, for I am become fire. Is it nothing to you? All ye that pass by, behold, and see if there be any sorrow, like unto my sorrow, which is done unto me, wherewith Yahuwah had afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. You don't see me warning you now? You don't see the pain on my face for my people? Yahuwah afflicted me with these dreams and visions, and with other people with their dreams and visions. I played one the other night. You see the woman bawling on the place because she know her family is damned to hell. You looking along is none to you. We're just here to entertain you. There's nothing in us that makes you want to lament for a week for your family, for your daughter, for your daughter's daughter, for your uncle, for your cousin, for your so-called best friend. And then you are best friend and you're free to tell them about the truth. Yahuwah, I have to be careful how I say this because I'm going to bring judgment on myself. Every person you are in contact with for more than one occasion, and you have not warned them about the wrath to come, go read Ezekiel 33 and see what happens to you. Yahuwah is going to put blood on your hands, and you're going to be responsible for it. Is it nothing to you? All you that pass by, behold, and see if there be any sorrow like you ever see anything like this? A nation full of glory and honor, the scourge of humanity? For above hath he sent fire into my bones, and it prevailed against them. He had spread a net for my feet. He had turned me back. He had made me desolate and faint all the day. Every time I think about what is going to become of my family, my king, my nation, my tribe, every time I think about it, I faint all the day. I just get weak. The yoke of my transgression is bound by his hand. They are wreathed and come up upon my neck like it choking me, man. He had made my strength to fall. Yahuwah had delivered me into their hands, from whom I am not able to rise up. Yahuwah had trodden under foot all my mighty men in the midst of me. He had called an assembly against me to crush my young men. Yahuwah had trodden the virgin, the daughter of Judah, as in the winepress. For these things I weep. Mine eye runneth down with water, because the comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me. My children are desolate because the enemy prevails. Zion spreadeth forth her hands, and there is none to comfort her. Yahuwah had commanded concerning Jacob that the adversary should be round about him. Jerusalem is a menstruous woman. Among them, oh, look at shame. Yahuwah is righteous. Don't blame him. Don't dare point your finger at Yahuwah. He's just in all his ways. He is righteous. We're guilty. We deserve it. For I have rebelled against his commandment. Hear, I pray you, all people, and behold my sorrow. My virgins and my young men are gone into captivity. I called for my lovers, but they deceived me. I called for my brethren, but they deceive me. I called for my politicians, but they deceived me. I called for my doctors, but they deceived me. I called for the news outlets, but they deceived me. My priests and mine elders, my pastors and my imams gave up the ghost in the city, while they sought their meat to relieve their souls. Rather than crying out for Abaya, they were still looking to feed their belly to the bitter end. While crying out for Abaya, they're still looking for you to if you can't send your tithe, if you just can't bring your tithe, send it. Have mercy, Yah. Behold, behold, behold. O Yahuwah, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. My heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled. Abroad Abroad the sword bereaveth. At home there is as death. Have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Serve him right. They're glad. They're glad. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. What day is that? It's the day of Yahuwah. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them. Hear this now. Hear the prophet. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them. Ah, my. Let all their wickedness you don't really see images like this, for a reason. I am never one to advocate hate on this channel. I just preach the truth. Even though the prophet knew that his rebellion, sin, has brought them into captivity, he also knew that the nations mocked and laughed at them to scorn. But he knew one thing for sure. If he cried out, he humbled himself and prayed and seek the face of Abiyah, 2 Chronicles 7:14, and turned from his wicked ways, he knew that Abiyah would hear from heaven and will heal their land and forgive their sins. But in order for Abiyah to heal their land, he would have to come for us. And in the midst of coming for us, he will destroy the enemy. The enemy is not some colorless, faceless nation. They are the nations, plural. They call themselves the United Nations that form the Confederate to deceive and to put us into bondage. They're proud of their heritage, their race, and their creed. And don't think for a second Abiyah did not see what you did to us. Don't think for a second Abiyah didn't see what you did to the apple of his eye. Hey, look, Maxine is a cakewalk compared to what our ancestors went through for 400 years. Especially at the height of our slavery. Oh, how we suffered. That the writers of Obadiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, they still could not capture the kind of suffering that went on in America, in the Caribbean, and in Brazil, and in England, and in other parts of the world when this transatlantic slave trade happened. Our children were used for sport, for gators. Our skin was wearable fashion jewelry, belts and buckles. They ate us and called it Thanksgiving. You have no idea how wicked our oppressors were. And they don't want you to talk about it. They use words like reverse racism. Oh, get over it. Those were our fathers, our forefathers. It had nothing to do with us. But I'm warning you. I am warning you. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as though, not they, you know. You see, because I know if your wrath kindle against us and you put us into captivity, you can't just see all wickedness and don't see them, you know. It's now you start to understand when Yahuwah say, vengeance is mine. You can't repay like I can repay. You didn't like what I did to you for 400 plus years, did you? Oh my, so the writer knew this and he was wise to this. He says, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my transgressions. For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint. So now you understand why he come all the way down here in chapter 2, verse 19, saying, arise, cry out in the night, in the beginning of the watches, pour out thy heart like water. We have to reverse this captivity now. Before the face of Yahuwah, lift up thy hands toward him for the life of thy young children. Their future is at stake. We can't stay in this bondage no longer. That faint for hunger in the top of every street. Behold, O Yahuwah, and consider to whom thou hast done this. Shall the woman eat their fruit, and children of a spanglang? Shall the priests and the prophets be slain in the sanctuary of Yahuwah? The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. Thou hast called as in a solemn day my terrors round about, so that in the day of Yahuwah's anger none escape, nor remain those that I have swallowed and brought up, had mine enemy consumed. It's a fearful thing to fall under the wrath of Abaya. You better start to lament. You better start to cry out now. Atone for those sins, those secret hidden sins. Get rid of them. Purge them out now. And get right with the Father. Get right with the Father before it's too late. That was what my dream was all about. Not time running out. Time is running out. Take this side note here again to comment. I understand now that is both unions. I thought it was just one. Because, you know, in every country there are two labor unions. One for the opposition and one for the government. I'm happy to report that both labor unions have decided we go strike. Everybody saying on Monday and Tuesday, we're not taking this line down. People start to slowly lament. I wish they would lament to the Father more. But I was wondering if they're going to allow this type of tyranny to continue. Like, when nobody puts up a fight. No, this is a real fight I can get behind. Right? But because this young man decided, he's still a young man, he has decided to make the vaccine mandatory. Further to our press release, 16th September 2021, the Antigua Trades and Labor Union wished to make it pellucid that its intention was not to create confrontation at any workplace, but simply to ensure that if permanent secretaries or managers intend to implement the government's mandatory policy, that the employees would leave the workplace peacefully. In consideration of the Prime Minister's response to our release, we are asking all employees to stay at home on Monday 20th and Tuesday 21st September in protest of the government's mandatory policy, which we consider to be unreasonable. We will provide further update on the way forward by Monday 20th September 2021. Right? Let me just back up here. Boy, this is just beauty to me, boy. Right? No, he's pissed. PM issues immediate response to utterly irresponsible union call for protests. If you don't understand how significant this is, because when unions tell you to strike, the government still have to pay them. That's enshrined in our constitution. So this is the reason why I'm angry. So the bully stick not working as planned. Now, mind you, this was the opposition, I believe. No, the Labour Party one decide that they're not taking it too. Oh my. So both red and blue coming together and telling everybody, stay home. Oh my. I never thought I would see the day. Never thought I would see the day. The Antigua and Barbuda Workers Union calls on members to join Monday's protest against the mandatory policy. In keeping with the decision of Antigua and Barbuda's Trade Union Congress meeting of Thursday, September 16th, 2021, Antigua and Barbuda Workers Union wishes to advise its membership within the various statutory corporations and companies with government majority share ownership that you are encouraged to remain at home on Monday, September 20th, 2021. All right? The collective action is in response to the cabinet of Antigua and Barbuda's decision. Oh, they just stay one day. What kind of thing is this? I guess everybody can stay for 2 days. Trust me. Trust me on this one. The union will continue to review and assess the situation and advise you or membership accordingly. So finally, some sort of fight back. Right? But it was really sad. It's really sad that these people, a lot of people still went to go date Maxine today as a result of that. But I just wanted to play this, man, if I can find it. Oh boy, here we go. I want to play this clip that just showing you what we're dealing with down here. Right? See if I can play this.
God bless Antigua. They don't forget that. The politicians have forgotten that. Land so dear to me. Where first I felt a mother's hand and learned to bend her knee. Me not afraid because me a soldier. Where land and sea make beauty.
Once what?
Once was, still always still. Let every man be free. Okay, let me cut the song short because the message is real. You can believe that people line up down here, the Villa Polyclinic, right? For go push, for go test, for COVID. But government don't mandate that October 1st, no government employee shall come to work if they're not vaccinated. So, me know, there's a waste of time for any government worker that not plan to get vaccinated to come to Villa Polyclinic. Because you got test, and then when October 1st come, you got null and void. You not gonna value nothing. So why go up the stairs there for the damage your brain barrier, your blood-brain barrier, with a Q-tip until have to go home if you not take the vaccine. That don't make no sense to me. So here. Well, HRD, APA, don't tell me. That must go live pan for them time. But for me time this. So what the girl name? That come by what day? Alright, now tell me. What's your name? Something? Miss Benjamin? My pan alive ya. My pan alive. So me remember no. Claudine Benjamin, the HR, the something. APA. Yeah, well, Claudine for him. Claudine, I don't know that I lose my job because me not take no vaccine. Keep it clean. No vaccine. So here, me down here. And me na wait. I suppose my uncle will tell me must keep on. So me can't talk in Antigua. I crazy, you crazy man. I crazy.
Brother John.
I crazy, tell me about keep it. I crazy, you are for crazy. So me can't talk in Antigua all of a sudden. A police man come and tell me must keep down my voice. Remember, I'm not plug in now. And me and here. Unless I can tap that if I go across the sky, me no fear none of you. God alone me fear. God alone.
Well.
God alone me fear. So, no, keep down on that.
Keep down.
Crazy, you crazy man.
What is...
Wait, me borrow for you for talk.
What? This is what we're coming to here, though. This is what we are coming to. Right? And at the end of the day, right, this is what we are facing in this land. It's tyranny. It's the new world order. And it's coming everywhere. And you don't find it strange that all these policies are implemented around the same time everywhere in the world? It's like everybody reading off of a prepared script. It's the Agenda 21 prepared script. I'm telling you. And we need to cry out now because worse is coming. I applaud when I see these actions, that people are standing up for truth. I wish you would go further and stand up for the real truth, which is the fact is we have a home, and it's not Antigua, it's not Barbados, it's not St. Vincent, it's not America, it's not London. We have a real home, and the only how we're gonna get back there is 2 Chronicles 7:14. Start to lament now. Start to cry out to Abaya now to restore our land. And to make sure that you are done with sin, every secret sin. Because he gonna bring it up anyway in the day of judgment, you know. Every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil, it gonna come up. Every secret thing. Oh, my. Yeah? People are fighting all over the world, you know. People are fighting all over the world. And I am really happy to say, you know, that that we here fighting too. We're not giving up. Right? We're not giving up at all. Right? Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Right? I've been long tonight. I just wanted to show you one more thing. Just wanted to show you one more thing. Let me see if I can find it here and show it to you. One more thing. Yes, here it is. Here it is. Right? People are fighting. And it's so funny, you know. They made the mandate and they said it's not applicable to nurses and doctors. But I thought they were the front line. Because they know that most of us know the truth and they're going to walk off the job. They know. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing here. Right? These are firefighters, police officers. And here what they are, you know. In Canada. Goodness. Hello. People are standing up. People are standing up. And I'm happy that we're not left behind with this fight. But the real fight is to stay holy and not to be an enemy of Allah. The real fight is to see us return to the place from where we fell. There is more to this world than the New World Order. There is more to this world than material things. Yahuwah is going to restore the purity of our land. And when we rule with him, we don't have to deal with this mess again. Ever again. So lament no. Because weeping may endure for the night. But I promise you, family, joy will come in the morning. With that, Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom.
The root of all wisdom is to fear ya. If you wanna live longer, then fear ya. You'll obtain this love.